Oh man, we then got from Eternal Fellows, who said, "Do you think Blizzard can't afford to fail next expansion? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, shame on both of us." Yeah, and we've talked about the idea of the real WoW patches. Kind of, it almost feels like ticks and talks, almost like the old Intel cycle before they couldn't get out of their 10 nanometer process. And yeah, Shadowlands needed to be able to go the distance more. They needed to be able to ship Shadowlands without the issues of Covenants and without Torghast being borked. That's what they needed to do. They didn't. I think if the next expansion has big issues, I think we will see shit hit the fan in some way. I don't know if that's that we'll see jobs reshuffled to Blizzard or, actual public admissions of sorry from Blizzard. It's kind of hard to say exactly what would happen, but they cannot afford, I don't want to say another stinker, but they cannot afford another expansion that is mired in controversy. We can't have another expansion where we're talking about ripcords or where we're talking about Azerite gear. They just need to have it plain, simple, good. That's what we need.
Yeah, I think the important thing to think about there, I think, is in terms of what they can't afford, like the actual unit of Blizzard, because and all signs point to this holiday, I think, because they've got nothing but D2R this holiday, which means like they'll have Black Temple, but how many people will rush in to TBC Classic for Black Temple if they started in June and they're like they leave for a while, but without anything in holiday period, which is the big happy video games have made all the money in the universe time. If they come out at the start of next year and go, well, that quarter was Blizzard's profit was significantly down because we had no major we had a patch that didn't come out on time, or
just Shadowlands drop off was higher than normal.
Yeah, the Shadowlands spike came in, the TBC spike came in, they both just went off the cliff. And we got hammered by PR from, all the rest of the industry doing well. Like Overwatch 2 still nowhere. D2R did well, but, exceeded expectations, but
They probably only do so much given.
Yeah, there's nothing really left going on. Or even if they have too high expectations, it's like the investors will look at that and go, sorry, Blizzard, how much profit did you make? And how much profit did the Activision wing make? What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then that I feel like unless they do something really sweet or announce something incredible, it'll be this holiday quarter will be the wake up call for the Activision Blizzard investors.
From what I understand, that is very true.
Yep.
And that financial number is the thing that will bring the fire.
I don't see the current World of Warcraft development team getting away with it for another 7 months, 8 months. It will be there will be a whip cracked
unless this raid ends in a way that truly excites players, and the next patch is set up in a way that truly excites players. You know that Northrend idea that I threw onto Twitter?
Yeah.
I feel like that would be, I mean, not a way as in I'm saying they should do it, because obviously the next patch is well into production by now, but, you know, if they did something like that, my idea was basically just like, hey, what if the jailer succeeds, and then, he comes to, death comes to claim the soul of your world. So he actually goes to Azeroth via Icecrown Citadel, and then we basically have Northrend as patch 9.2. That could truly excite players, be rooted in the nostalgia and the world that they love. And I think something like that could keep the interest. But if patch 9.2 is more cosmic-y stuff, and people don't feel super connected to it, and they still don't feel connected to Zoval after the raid, then there's going to be issues.
Well, here's a problem for you. Here's a question.
Uh-oh.
Right? Here's a question. No matter, like, this raid is going, we'll see the ending in like 4 days, 3 days, 4 days, I think. So
exciting.
When are all reasonable estimates for patch 9.2 based on 9.1 time? January, February. When does the holiday quarter end?
Probably end of December.
Yep.
Yeah, true.
how are they going to monetize any of that?
Unless they just see, that it's tracking really well,
Yeah.
and that, the hype from that has stemmed a bit of the tide. But
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah,
It's going to be tricky no matter what because of Shadowbringers
Yeah.
coming out the same, or Endwalker coming out the same quarter.
It's not even just Endwalker. I think it's just the fact that they won't have content for anything except D2R, and no matter what they can do with this raid ending, there's no way to even monetize that. So,
Yeah,
so
true.
even if 9.2 is, like the patch that's descended from heaven, it still will look bad on their financials at the end of this year. So I think that's something I think maybe to think about in terms of what's going to happen financially at Blizzard Entertainment, I think.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting to see.